And I'll be like, what's up? Hey, we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another one of these. I'm talking to my buddy tonight, Jennifer Cyphers. I should have asked you if your name is pronounced Cyphers or Cyphers.
Yeah.
It is. It's a code name. But anyway, Jennifer here is a buddy of mine. She was kind enough to lend me her voice for Margaret Vickers and the Smokepit Fairytales audiobooks. She also writes some books of herself. They're small though. They're quick reads. You can get through them in like an hour. Like they're like 40 pages long. But yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Not a lot's up. Looking forward to continuing to play Margaret Vickers. I love her character. I love the way she's developing through the books. I'm developing some confidence while reading her lines, so that's good. That's all. I don't have that much going on.
well, no pressure or anything, but she's a fan favorite, and also Vickers is my favorite character to write in the books.
I really like her character.
Yeah,
I like how she is not a wallflower. I like how she says things that, like, as I'm reading her lines, I'm like, yeah. So then I agree with her in a lot of ways, and I like how she just doesn't hold back. And when she's confused, and she just clarifies. And it's just, I feel there's like an honesty to her character. So that works for me.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny though, because she wasn't originally supposed to be the character she was. Because what is it in the first book she's in? She kind of starts off as like, just one of the random troops, like background goon number 5, and then gets hit in the head and says some shit, and then like the next book,
I had to sing, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, it worked, but. Right, but the next book she was in, almost kind of the similar thing. Like she's around, but she only says like 2 or 3 things, and in the third one, it's like, all right, well, I got to promote you to like side character. All right, well, I guess you're a character now. Fuck it.
Yeah, and she has good insights, and she does some of the things that she does, or the scenes that she's in. It'll move the plot along nicely, and I'm like, I feel like she's really developed, like you said, from the beginning. At first, I just thought I was just going to be a brain damaged space pirate the whole time, and I was okay with that. But she's developed very nicely.
Well, she did get into some space pirate piratry. Would you say space pirate piratry or space pirate pirating?
I'm not good with piratry better just because I like it better, but I don't know if it's accurate.
Yeah, I should probably get better at words. Like, you think so, right?
Who cares? Just do what we want.
I don't know, man. People are like that because they're like, "Hey, you can't make up words like this, Mr. Writer person," and it's like,
they all become 10th grade English teachers,
Yeah.
And I'm like, sit down. I don't care.
Oh man, I got one for you. But first off, it's like, well, actually, I'm writing the book. I can make these people say any damn thing I want. Right. Yep. But I got another book. It's not in this series. It's called 13 Short Stories Down, and it's it kind of shifts between points of views a little bit. And one of them is like the real story, and the second one is these short stories that one of the characters is writing on his typewriter.
Okay.
And I intentionally didn't spell check those because he's always drunk and about to friggin' put a gun in his mouth, and he's just like typing his like suicide notes and like some short story thing. And it's funny because I've gotten both sides of it, where it's like, hey man, it is genius having what this guy's typing be all like fucked up typing, and then other people like, you misspelled half the book. I'm like,
yeah,
fucking illiterate bastard.
Yeah. Now, reading comprehension of some people, they don't follow along and get it. So you're not responsible for them. I'm not responsible for the people who don't get my characters. I don't care.
Oh no, and I'm sure you love. I haven't trolled your Amazon for this, but I'm sure that you've gotten a couple of the idiot reviewers that are like, they said this, and then the character did this, and that didn't make any sense. And then it's like, that thing you're complaining about, that gets answered 5 fucking paragraphs after the thing you're complaining about. Read. But
well, I haven't gotten that exactly, but I have gotten accusations of, they don't know what grade I'm in, but keep up the good work. I'm like, oh, okay then, thank you. It's like, bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're doing pretty good so far. I mean, because when did your last one just come out? Like last week or 2, or are you?
Well, yeah, I did. I've released so far 3 this year. So the big one, and then because people don't necessarily enjoy my great big standalones, I have another standalone, so I've cut it into 3. So I've released 2 of them just like last week, second book 2, and then next month I'll release the 3rd part.
That's not a bad way to do it. I have a buddy that does stuff like that, and I used to give her a lot of shit about it. But I mean, to be fair, she's writing young adult stuff, but she'll just go and write the entire story for whatever it is, and it's 150,000 words long. She's like, I can chop this up into 6 books and make 6 times 20. Okay. Fuck you guys. I mean, that is a good marketing tactic.
I did the 2 standalones, 600 plus pages, and people just gripe. And I'm like, look, you get 1 book. It's all in one, beginning, middle, end. There's no more. But they didn't like it, so I wrote another standalone. And I just looked at it, and I thought, all right, I'll bend a little on this.
It might not be a bad idea to do both, where it's like, all right, so here's, actually, you're doing this with Cosmos in her hand. You're doing this with what? Tipping Whiskeys?
Tipping Whiskeys is
with the angel, with the devil. Where it's like 1, 2, and 3 individually, and then like next year, hey, here's the whole thing all together.
I could do that, I guess. I actually, your question, did you get reviews where people are like, oh, you missed this, like plot holes? I saw the biggest plot hole in the devil last night. I was on my computer and I was like, I had to take the book off, fix the manuscript, and put it back on. So I hope nobody got it's a collector's edition if you got that first one.
Oh yeah. When I first started off, I was doing everything fucking wrong. Like my original book cover was just a picture of me smoking a cigarette in uniform. There weren't page numbers. Nothing was formatted right. There was a title page and then just like the Word doc behind it. And that was out for like 6 months before I was like, there's probably a better way to do this. I should reformat. So to the 70 fucking people that bought the first edition of that book, I hope your grandchildren are $5 heirs, because that's probably what that's worth now.
Yeah. I do learn from my mistakes. It doesn't mean I implement changes. I just keep doing what I want to do because I don't care that much. I think it's the story that matters. And somebody wanted chapter titles for Cosmos. So I was like, oh, I failed terribly. So this was 4 years ago. So I go and I put all the chapter titles in there. And somebody at the library knew that I wrote the book. And he comes in and he says, I just read all the chapter titles. Now I know what happens. I was like, oh, God. I was like, all right, fine. I'm never doing a title page again with any of that, so.
There's a thing I wanted to do, but I haven't figured out how legal it is. Excuse me. Where the chapter titles, because you can't put other people's like song lyrics in your books, or you got to really dance around it. Well, what's the etiquette on those being the chapter titles? I mean, because it's not told in a line unless you're looking on the contents page, but it's broken up by numbers. So where's that line?
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm sure somebody has the answer to that. I kind of messed around with some song titles and I changed them a little bit, and they whatever. I'm not like everybody else. I just changed it to Callie's not like everybody else, so.
Yeah. Sitting in my car, no thing. That was fun. That was fun. I haven't read this since it came out, or actually no, not since it came out, since 2022. That's the fun thing about the Amazon books is they put the date that's printed in the back. So I don't really remember much of this because I am not one for retaining information, but I thought it was fine, and I thought it was fun. And then I painted that Callie thing for you right after that. I think maybe the blue one where she's at the beach.
Yes,
I think it's the beach.
Yeah, the one I commissioned. Yes. Yeah, love it. It's in my room. It's in a different room.
So you can stare at it and go to sleep and be like, yes.
And I also purchased your watercolor because I really like that as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was a Callie, and she had the sign language FUCK with her fingers.
That's right. That was fun. I mean, because Callie's a very interesting, I don't know what the word would be, legendary figure?
Mythological, I think.
Mythological? Yeah.
I think she's she's considered a mythological figure.
Yeah, because she's not the god of death in the manner that most other religions or legendariums or mythologies have a god of death. It's less reaper and more like time is going to eat that and I'm going to be here for it.
Yeah. And and her name is pronounced Kali in Hindu mythology, but it's Kali in the book, so it's just spelled the same.
So
just so you know, in case anybody needs to correct us.
So post-apocalyptia West Coast United States is gonna be California. So
I made her Cali.
So Arnold's gonna get back in office, California.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of fun though. Like working at a library, is that like, all right, so this library needs 20 copies of this book?
No, it's not that easy. And no, after all these years, my books are not in there. But I am in the local authors showcase. I've signed up for that. But they have all these, like everything else, there's always restrictions. So, arbitrary kind of things. And so I've got Dixie's Wild West Shit Show in there, but not my first one and not my third and fourth books.
Yet.
I'm not even gonna bother.
No.
It's too much. It's too aggravating.
Yeah. No, that's one of the big problems though, because like as an author now, and it's not even like really as an indie author anymore. It's, from what I've seen, it's just like an author at all, anybody that's writing fiction. If you want to write, cool, that's 30% of your job. You're going to be spending a lot of time marketing. So I hope you got comfortable with that one. And it's like, I don't want to market. I want to write. It's like, well, that's just too damn bad.
Yeah. Well, and you have different skills. So you can bring a lot of your art skills to your marketing, which is awesome because your marketing is really good.
Thank you. I wish the internet felt the same.
Yeah, well, but all I've got is Canva, and I'm not very skilled with a lot of these things, and I don't do music like you do and stuff. So you gotta jumpstart on a lot of people's marketing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, also, and I haven't figured out how to get this to work for me, but like, if you go on TikTok, like 99% of like the book advertising is like, I'm gonna say a sentence from the book, I'm gonna move around, and then I'm gonna turn it this way, and that's the book. And then you're like, there's no way that works. And you go to their fucking Amazon and they got like 10,000 reviews. And it's like, how? But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. And I can't, everybody complains about, being stuck in the 300 views on TikTok or something. And I'm like, I'm in single digits. Okay. And I've been doing this for over a year. So I'm just like quitting.
Well, the problem is you got to go and say something controversial or, what's the other word I'm looking for? Or you have to like start beef with somebody. That's what we should do. We should get on TikTok and just start talking massive shit about each other. Just like make up whatever. Like Jennifer fucking killed a unicorn.
I did.
Like, and then just
and I didn't care.
Yeah, and just like
and then I barbecued him.
Yeah. Just start this artificial like beef and just like talk mad shit the whole time, and then like it fucking worked.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you tried like retail book sales at venues, brick and mortar venues? Because I'm thinking of trying that, but
yeah, I've been thinking about it. And I've been trying to build up to like start going to conventions and stuff. But I haven't had the startup cash for it, on top of I live in the fucking sticks. So that's a weekend commitment, not like I gotta wait for this one to come to town. And by I mean I live in the sticks. I mean, I think the closest place that I can spend money is a 15-minute drive away, and that's a gas station.
Okay.
It's in the plans, but
well, what are you going to do for this new book, November 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Give me advice.
Yeah.
I'm curious because she looks pretty cool.
It's that one's going to be good. All my ARC and beta readers all fucking loved it.
Okay.
And they all had the exact same criticism about it, and like there was just a really weird paragraph like the second end chapter, and they're like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I like it. And then like I sat on it for a few months and read it again. I'm like, yeah, that makes no sense. Okay, delete that.
You took it out.
But,
okay.
Yeah. But I'm hoping to bank on it a little bit because like, like most of my books, I do have some type of artwork in them. And then this one I went ham instead of, just like doing the doodle drawings or whatever, like went and made like full, hey, here's an illustration. If I were to make this for someone else, I'd charge them 500 fucking bucks for each one of these. Because like each one of those that I've been posting on Instagram, those all took like a work day to do. So on top of, having good, chapter heads now it's got like, all right, well, now I got like 20 or 30 just Instagram posts ready to go that aren't, a picture of the book. But I mean, I don't know how long you've been on Instagram, but like, say back before COVID, like 99% of, everything was like, hey, selfie with book, me? You like me, right? It's been fun watching the the social media environment around, oh my God, the indie author community evolve the way it does. I think what you're doing is pretty friggin' awesome. And feel free to tell me about it. But like, to me, it seems like you set up a bunch of pre-work beforehand, and then you're either setting up those posts on, either on a schedule, or you've got an alarm on your phone to be like, hey, here. And it's like, Slate book cover quote. And then it was that for the longest time. And then I like the thing you're doing now where it's like, yeah, that didn't work. Here's a stick figure pointing at my book. Complaining about the fucking algorithm. No, that's the thing though, man. If it gets people to like.
Well, and then I get these like side comments. I'm in a couple other groups, but I get some side comments like, oh, well, consistency is key. And so if you use the same kind of images, then people will remember. And I'm just like, look, I need to be entertained too. I'll be bored if I keep making the same thing. So every now and then I just lose my marbles and I do whatever I want to do. And I'm like, okay, calm down. And I do something else that's maybe more friendly for an audience.
Right, but if you had marbles, you wouldn't be writing books. That's not something that comes like the Venn diagram for having marbles and being a fiction author are like way over here. It's wall-eyed.
I agree. Maybe I'm just very comfortable, so the way I say it doesn't sound the way it should.
No, I got you. I'm in the same. You have to have a little bit of a spark of insanity. I mean, there's people that like have these ideas and write them down, and there's people that read them. And then there's people that watch Netflix and, again, Venn diagram. Yeah. Not big. But, yeah, when did you start writing?
4 months before I published Cosmos. I wrote it in 4 months. That was the first thing I'd ever written.
Really?
Yeah, it was just a story in my head for about 3.5, 4 years. But I was working on other things. I was trying to complete my master's degree and stuff, and I just told it to be quiet. And I don't know if you experience this, but these muses can be very, very aggressive. And I was just like, I would be making coffee in the morning, like, just be quiet. I would say it out loud because I was like, I'm not crazy, but I just hear this story and it's being told to me. So when I submitted my portfolio, and then I breathed a bit. Took a couple breaths, and the next morning I woke up and I sat in front of my computer, and I didn't know what to do because I'd never written a book. So I wrote Lev, and I just started writing. And then I wrote like sometimes 24 hours a day, and I was unemployed. It was during COVID, so I finished it in 4 months, and that included my editing because I couldn't afford an editor because I was unemployed during COVID. Yeah. So I just published it. I had to ask my daughter, how do you do Instagram? She's like, are you kidding? It's like, now I need to know.
I don't know how to do Instagram, and I've been on it for 10 years.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, it keeps changing. Who can keep up with it? It's a bunch of bullshit, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was weird because, like, if you go back to the teens, like, I want to say, again, I guess there was a big algorithm shift during COVID, but it was sometime during COVID that I stopped this. But I used to have a thing where if I put anything up on Instagram, if it didn't have like 100 post engagements in 24 hours, I would delete the post. And now it's like it barely shows 100 people my shit, and it's like, well, what are we doing here, buddy? So
I know I joined those like save groups because that's the only way it gets shown to people. And I just calculate it by I get far less likes than I get views. So I guess I'm winning by doing that, but I resent it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, I'll get 6 likes and maybe 30 views if I'm lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the problem with those though is it's mostly other authors that like aren't buying your shit. They're just liking it so that you'll like theirs in return. And it's a fun big circle jerk, but at the end of it, it's like, did anybody buy anything? No.
But it is so different than when I first got there. when I first published, and I think I published in 2021. I think, like November 2021 is when I think I published. So it's different because when I first published, I actually had people follow me, talk to me, people bought my book, and I was like, oh, this is a dynamic place. And now I think because of the algorithm and the tightening of it, and it's just not as much fun or social or interactive.
Yeah, I'm glad I made the friends that I did when I did on social media, because I don't know, it seems to me like it was easier at a certain point, and like now, like it was at the point where it's like, dude, I'm meeting other authors, like even if we're not, buying each other's stuff, or maybe we are and reading it, but like, we're not buying more than one. Like I'm not going to go buy 50 copies of your book. I'm just going to buy the one and talk about it a little bit. We'd still have, tips, share each other, we'd talk on the side or whatever. And now it's like random Yahoo number 5 follows you. And it's like, oh, are you guys going to comment anything? You're just going to lurk. I know that you follow me. Can you like a post every? No, you can't. Yeah. Okay. That's too much to ask. All right. Well, I'm glad you're going outside, enjoying your life. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that.
That's true.
Old man yelling at clouds.
Yeah, it's true. But, well, what else is there? This is new. This is for me. This is new. This is the first time I've ever done this. So thank you for the invitation because, So that's exciting. I'm trying something new. Oh, there's saying something new, and I'm seeing little comments to the side.
13 short stories down is awesome. Thank you, Phil and Mark. Howdy, or Marcon, Mercion. Wheat. Yeah, good. I'm back in your algorithm. What's up?
So, and so is Litany of Vice going to be is it a standalone, or are they're going to be new?
So it's standalone, all new characters and all that. It does take place at the same time as Smokepit Fairytales 6. Yeah. So Thatch and Vickers and Tachinka and all of them are out space pirating while this book is happening.
Right. I saw that it's like inserted into the whole series.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we're gonna have more.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's in the same universe, kind of like how Inglourious Bastards and Pulp Fiction are in the same universe.
Okay.
Like on a technicality, but
okay.
So, but yeah, no, I think I could slowly build the universe big enough to where it's like, if my thought process on it is like, I want to write in this universe, right? This is this thing I'm creating. But I also need to be able to write stuff that's standalone and just technically in it that you don't need the background for. Because like what Smokepit Fairytales is fucking 12 books long. Mm-hmm. And the pain in the ass about that is like, you can't market anything past the first book. Because it's like, hey, this book is really awesome. You have to go read 11 other books to understand what's going on in it. And no one's going to buy that.
Yeah. I saw that you posted about that the other day or yesterday. I don't know what it was. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm finding out with this tipping whiskey stuff too. It's like, I'm putting out the second book and then I'm going to do the third one. But I'm like, yeah, but you really have to read the first one. So I'm not enjoying that. I might just continue to do standalones and not sell them. That's fine.
Yeah. And then like, it's fine for those standalones to be connected, but like for marketing reasons, they can't be like, here's your prerequisites for that. And Mercon, there are always aliens in the Smokepit Fairytales universe, my bro. In one form or another. Yeah.
I have to slide my glasses down to read these. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just checking them out. So, any other plans for your books, or are you like getting them into some libraries or doing your marketing in other ways offline?
I have been trying to petition random yahoos that read my books to start asking libraries to start buying them and putting them in, because libraries don't really like it when you say, hey, you should put my book in the thing. But if it's random yahoo, like on a base, that does it. And then I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I used to get like 10 copies of my book and then send it to a unit that was deploying somewhere, or like a Navy ship or something.
Nice, yeah.
Just be like, hey, you guys are bored. This will keep you entertained. And I've got like 2 people that got back to me on that. Like, hey, I found your book randomly on deployment. I was like, yeah, that works. But then also at the end of the day, I said, did you buy the rest of them? No, but that first one was really awesome. I just wanted to tell you. I'm like, okay, all right. So that doesn't check out. I mean, good for the fan base, but not good for conversion. Yeah.
Sales.
Sales. I thought you said seance, and I was like, I'm not there yet.
That's in the next book.
Yeah. Maybe. Shit. I mean, book sales aren't that bad. Like, hey, dead guy. I don't know.
Well, I was talking to some people yesterday, and I mentioned that I was going to do this. Oh. And one of the ladies was new to my group, and she said, "Oh, my husband is a Navy SEAL." I said, "Oh," I said, "Well, I've told him about Tripp's book." And he's like, "Oh, he might like that." And so I sent her the link to it and stuff. So we'll see. Maybe I said, "You need to follow him." She's on Instagram too. I said, "You need to follow him and then let him know if you buy the book."
Yeah, that could be reached with limited success. I've had more than one people be like, "Oh yeah, somebody told me about this book. It sounded great. I got 4 pages into it, and somebody was pulling anal beads out of someone else's ass, and shit flew all over the place. Like, what the fuck are you? I didn't finish this. And I want you to know that I didn't finish this." And it's like, I'm gonna put that email on Instagram because that's a 5-star review.
I was telling her, I was like, "Listen, it's not for the faint of heart and for the politically correct stuff. And also, like, if you're still reading after the first few pages, good, just keep going." But I was like, I didn't tell her exactly what to expect, but you know, it's like we're all grown ups. Just read it; it's fun.
I mean, yeah, that's part of the joy of it. Like, I think a lot of the teeth have been pulled out of a lot of fiction recently. And it's not just in books; it's in movies and everything too. I think everybody's like, "Hey, this sells, so we're going to keep doing this." And it's like, you guys want to do something innovative? I don't know how to pronounce that word.
And it's so weird because if you sit down and you don't need to read a newspaper, but like if you're online and you're scanning some news articles, you're like, Jesus, And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I thought my second book in Tipping Whiskeys was kind of rough and going to shock some people. But I was like, oh, you know what? This news story I just read is freaking horrible. It's way worse than my book because it's real,
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, to be fair though, sometimes though that's the best place to pull from stuff because, like, truth's often stranger than fiction, and if you can shave off all the extra crap around something really weird that happened and just take the core part of it that you need for your story and plug it in, it might work.
I just don't know why people act so offended and like upset about hearing or reading crazy stuff like revenge or some kind of violence or whatever. And I'm like, are you paying attention to the world around you? Because it's pretty gruesome out there, and this is a story. It's not even the real stuff. So.
Also, I set it up good, man. Like those guys killed this dude's entire friggin' family, and they ate his dog in front of him. and you want him to what? Like just let it go? Like, come on, man. If that's the story, have this dude say fine, convert to Catholicism, go be a monk. Otherwise, give him a gun or a bow and arrow or a dagger or a laser. We give him a laser gun, right? Ray guns. We give him a ray gun. Send his ass to space and find bad guys.
You have a lot that you can do. Your universes will let you do a lot more.
Mm-hmm. No, that's one of the fun things I like about doing the whole indie thing, where it's like I don't have anybody tell me no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like my kid read one of my books, and he lives in Indianapolis, and he has been to the Kurt Vonnegut Museum. And I think I told you this. And he's like, Kurt Vonnegut said, "Pity the reader." And I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, I think I used profanity, but I was like, don't tell me. I said, I'm one person. I'm not writing for 8 billion people. Leave me alone. I write what I want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of those things too, because if that's your brand, that works. Because I like to emotionally torture my readers, and they keep buying my books about it. So it's like, all right, well, fuck, how do I kill characters worse than that? But
yeah, no, I would much rather read about stuff like that. That it just honestly, that kind of level of grittiness and stuff, it feels more real to me than this these tired tropes that some people are putting out there. I just can't. I can't read that crap.
Like the I'm a millennial in college debt, and I have to go to a Minotaur glory hole to pay off my college debt and have sex with monsters, because they've only done that book 15 times.
Yeah, there's that. there's just a bunch of, even when they're playing it like kind of unsafe, they're still being safe, and like, it's just kind of gross. I'm not into it.
Yeah, no, like I have a buddy, I just finished his book. Well, I finished reading it, but I'm narrating it now. But he was telling me about he had original plans for stuff and then stuff that happened in it, and we're kind of going back and forth on it. And apparently, originally he had this like brutal kill scene to kill the main bad guy at the end. And I was like, yeah, but I read the end of it. Like the good guy just stabs him in the neck. Where'd all that other stuff goes? Yeah, my editor said that was too dark. It was like, fuck your editor, dude.
Get rid of that editor.
Yeah. Like Blood Eagle that guy. Well, okay, well maybe not Blood Eagle him, but like hang him by his intestines. No. Say something stupid when you shoot him. Come on, dude. That's another thing. Not just in movies, but like I've noticed it kind of like left books too. Where did like the 80s like kill pun go? Like, if I'm gonna stab somebody to death, say stick around, or like I don't know, if I'm gonna freeze somebody to stuff, cool off. Like where'd that shit go?
I don't quite get the question. Where the 80s? What is it?
Like, how like they used to, like in action movies and stuff, like whenever they'd kill somebody, like they'd say something smart-assed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I don't see that in a lot of books anymore either. Like movies it's gone. But it was around in books a little bit in the 90s. And it tapered off.
People are worried that people won't get it or something. So again, I think it's just sticking with safe statements or thoughtful statements, and I don't know, a lot of apologizing. I don't know. You can't have too much bravado as you're closing the door on doing something crazy.
Yeah, and I want to start putting a trigger warning on the front of my books, but like have it in the most the most pretentious fucking language that I can imagine, that more or less just boils down to, if you understood this sentence, congratulations, you'll like the book. And then in plain English at the bottom, if you don't know what that last paragraph said, put this book down. You're too stupid to understand this novel.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't do trigger warnings. I figure I'm writing post-apocalyptic stuff. I've got the devil on the cover. I'm like, if you don't get it, then just, torture yourself. I don't care.
I haven't read it yet, but someone took that idea. They called the book Trigger Warning, and it's pretty much Die Hard at a college during a school shooting, but the main character is like an Army Ranger or a Navy SEAL or some shit that's like using his GI Bill to go back to school.
I'm going to refresh this.
Did you now? Oh, I can still hear you.
Okay. I was going to refresh it, but then you came back.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm a ninja like that.
Okay. So what were you saying?
Oh, no. There's a book. I have it, but I haven't read it yet. It's called Trigger Warning, and it's making fun of all that, except for the setting is that it's a military dude using his GI Bill to go back to school, and then like terrorists take over the school, and he's in a Die Hard situation. But I think they called it Trigger Warning just to fuck with people.
Okay.
But I guess
could be fun. I haven't heard of it or seen it. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I'm sure you have the same problem I do, where it's like, I'm going to buy 10 books and read all these. And then you buy 10 books and you don't read any of them. And then you buy 5 more and you read 2 of those. And then
I tell everybody who will listen to me, and they don't usually listen, but I say, I'm not a reader. I'm a writer. Readers are consuming something. Writers are putting something out. I don't really want to read a whole bunch. My brain is full of 9 stories right now, so I'll get off of here with you and I'll be up till 4 a.m. writing my stories, so sometimes I go to work with 2 hours of sleep.
Nice.
But I'm a producer. I don't like to consume. Of course I can read. Some people are like, I don't like to read. I just don't. Okay. So that's all there is to it. And I really don't like to read YA, and a lot of people want me to read their YA stuff.
God,
and I'm like, you know what? I am way beyond that.
No, it's almost at the point where it's like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to vet anyone else's work, but like I either need like medieval torture or like gang rape in the first chapter just to let me know that you're serious about this book.
Catch my attention.
Yeah. Like, I don't even care what it is.
Anal beads did not bother me. I just kept reading. No. I was like, oh, okay. I kept reading.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there was a book. Did you ever read Friday by Robert Heinlein?
No.
I don't know when he wrote it. It was 60s or 70s, but the story's about this robot named Friday, and she's more or less a I don't want to say Terminator, but more or less a female Terminator, but like the story's told from like her point of view, right?
Okay.
And it's got this really weird fucking like loop-de-loop fucking story to it, but she starts off as like an assassin killbot, and the way that she'd get into like say whatever bad guys it was, she'd go find like random goon number 4 and then like trick them into like kidnapping her and like taking her back to the lair or whatever. And then like once she was inside and like the helpless prisoner for a while, that's when she'd start killing him. And then like we start reading the book, it's like, okay, so raping robots is cool, I guess. And then you get into it, it's like robots aren't people. Robots are people. It's not okay to rape robots. We're all robots. Oh God, why are you writing this, Heinlein? But he wrote some weird shit. I enjoy it all, but it's all.
Yeah. Well,
but like,
my older son sent me, I don't know, 10 books or so last year for Christmas, and I've read 1.5, and I'm doing really good. And I do believe that there's a Heinlein book in there too, because he's always trying to help me develop better reading backgrounds. I don't know. I have an English degree. I've read plenty. I just don't enjoy it, So
what's your favorite English book?
What's my favorite English book?
Well, I mean, if you have an English degree,
well,
I know that's a really loaded and dumb question.
In school, my favorite book would have been I really like Tom Jones, A Foundling by what's his face. I really like that one because it was a lot of mental gymnastics and kept me engaged, right? And also I wasn't expecting the kind of body behavior of him. So I was like, okay, that one was good. And other than that, I read as a child, my favorite book as a little kid was Watership Down. But I was really little. I was like 8 years old when I read that. And I really liked that whole dystopian thing. Even those little dystopian bunnies. I was like, yeah. So I really like that. But other than that, I've read a ton. I just don't enjoy it. And as an adult, one day I just said, I'm not reading anymore, especially after I got here with my own book and people want to read and do a swaps and stuff, and I was like, okay, and I would read every single freaking word, and sometimes I'm like, I appreciate what you've done, but I don't want to read your books.
I get you on that. That's why we're doing the audiobooks, so you can listen to it while you drive.
It has to be batshit crazy for me to want to read it. That's why I liked your book.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sitting on my chair is driving me crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
More comfortable.
Yeah, no, but I figured, what's up?
I was like, I'm fanning myself because I had to close up my entire apartment, and it's like 80 degrees here. I don't know. It's hot.
It is October. It is never that hot there. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the temperature is, but I'm hot. So I'm checking.
Don't worry. You'll have frost in the morning. You're gonna wake up and be like, why?
It says it's 66 degrees right now, but I think it's 106 degrees.
I think your phone is lying to you.
No. No. It's telling the truth.
Or so it says.
So what would be your favorite book?
Ever?
Not of your own. Like
there's a book called Storm of Steel by a guy named Ernst Younger, and it's I'm writing it down. It's this dude's memoirs from World War I, and he joined the German army as like a private at the beginning of the war, and by the end of it, he's a colonel off virtue of we keep going out there, and everyone keeps getting killed except for like 5 of us, and I keep being the most senior dude that comes back, and then working his way, up the ladder. But there's just all kinds of stuff in it that like is. It kind of depends on who you are and how you read it, because it's either like morbidly grotesque or fucking hilarious, depending on your sense of humor and where you've been in life. Because like there's one where he's on post and he's drunk, and to punish him, his seniors take his rifle and give him a shovel and have him go out into no man's land to dig up mines. and he's just like stuck there with a hangover while people are shooting at him, like trying to dig a mine out of the ground. And it's like, I'm sure that this would be horrific if I didn't read this when I was a Lance Corporal, but that's fucking hilarious to me. That kind of stuff. I enjoyed that a lot.
Okay, so I wrote that down. That was Storm of Steel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look for that.
And then Starship Troopers was a plus for me too.
I have not read that. I don't think
it's. Have you seen the movie?
Of course.
Absolutely nothing fucking like the movie.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I've seen your posts about that. About it not being the same. Yeah.
Yeah. No. In the book, A, they're in giant robots for the whole thing. They're not just dudes on the ground. And B, there's not a lot of action in it. It's mostly just people sitting around in a philosophy class talking about going to fight the bugs.
Okay.
In the book, the bugs also have like spaceships and missiles and giant robots and stuff. So it's not like we're gonna go blow up bugs. It's here's an actual philosophical fucking question this book's asking.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably read that one. My son has me reading the Electric Sheep one right now.
Oh my god, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? That's a great book.
I'm like 2 pages done.
Oh man, come on, that's a good one.
He sent it to me last year. I'm still like, oh god.
Yeah. Well, again, another one that is nothing like the fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, actually, I felt it was a little bit like the movie. I told him that too. You know, he's interviewing the she robot. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm there.
What's funny about that though is there was another book called Blade Runner, and when they went to make the movie Blade Runner out of the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, they're like, we got a really good script for this. It's going to be good. We cannot call it that because no one's going to go see that movie. Yeah, and then someone randomly saw that another book called Blade Runner. They're like, let's buy the rights to this book and then do nothing with it except for use the title.
I'm going to tell my son. I don't know if my son knows that. He's pretty good. Yeah. He knows a lot of stuff, but maybe he doesn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Fun little tidbit.
So you enjoy that book? Oh, man, I have to keep listening to him saying, just finish it.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I like a lot of Philip K. Dick stuff. Because he also wrote, I think it was a short story called We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, which is what ended up being the Total Recall movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. He sent me a few of those Philip K. Dick books, so I have to.
Yeah, there was only one I didn't like that I've read, and that was Man in the High Castle. And
he didn't send me that one.
Yeah, and it's like that was one of those where it was like, hey, the Germans and the Japanese won World War II and are occupying America, and somebody's got to. And this is the world it presents, but they didn't do he didn't write an interesting story in it. Most of it was just this woman in a car driving to go see a guy and her thoughts while she was driving there. And it's like, you built this world where the Nazis and the Imperial Japanese won, and you're going to write a book about them occupying America and someone going on a road trip and not even stopping at gas stations and just talking to themselves in the car for 200 pages. Come on, buddy. But
well, it's okay. He can do what he wants. He
absolutely can. He fucking earned it.
And he did.
Yeah. Also, Mercan, I didn't pick it up the first time I read it, but the suits in Starship Troopers are different sizes depending on the model. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in that. Also, the other thing in Starship Troopers, the book, it bothered me because he didn't elaborate on it, but he was talking about all the different branches of the military you can join, and one of them is kind of like not quite you become a cyborg and not quite you have a cyborg dog and you become like a dog handler cyborg team. It's not quite that. I'm oversimplifying it, but he mentions that there's something like that and then like doesn't fucking go back to it. And it's like, well, where's the psychically linked canine story, man? Come on, buddy.
That you could take that and run with it.
Yeah.
Because it has not been developed enough.
There was another book I read called Snow Crash, I think.
Isn't that a movie?
I think they're making it into a movie or a TV show, but I think it's in production. I don't know if it's out yet or not. Okay. But in it, there is a character that's like a cyborg dog, and you get a couple chapters from that dog's point of view, but he's using dog language, so he doesn't know anything besides like, oh, that's the lady that gives me treats. She screamed. That's the kind of scream she only makes when she's in trouble. Well, I better, bark at this other dog to have that dog bark at this. And then like, well, we got to go save the nice lady that gives me treats. Cause I'm not gonna let her get hurt. And it's like that point of view. And it's like, I really hope they do that in the movie or the TV show when they get to it, because it's like
Snow Crash.
Yeah.
I'm getting good information here about stuff I'm not familiar with.
Oh, well, I'm happy to help out.
Yeah, gonna be Christmas presents to my kid. And he
Yeah, there you go.
send me any books.
Hey, all those books you got me. I got them back. Here you go.
There you go.
Yeah. No, that one was fun too. Because when they were doing the gear up thing to go fight the final bad guy, they're like, well, how do you know that we're gonna be able to take these guys? And I'm like, oh, well, he'll listen to reason. It's like they're bad guys. They don't listen to reason. And he like pulls out a minigun and it's got reason stamped on the side. It's like, no. They'll listen to reason.
That's a good one.
But yeah.
Any other questions here?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
No.
Can you tell how many people have tuned in to our super dynamic conversation?
Afterwards I will be.
Okay.
And Starship Troopers just kind of stops after he's done talking politics. Sure. Yeah. I think we're on that. I don't want to get too far into the debate with it because you haven't read it yet, Jennifer. It's actually a short book. Like I think the audiobook for it's like 4 hours long. It's tiny. I think it's just technically not a novella.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Recently, I used to run the science fiction book club at the library. I did that for like 3 years, 3.5 years, something like that. And I had to read a lot of books for that. And a lot I took a deep dive into some stuff that, wasn't popular or mainstream, which was more fun for me. I liked some of those titles better. But one of the ones you just mentioned, a novella, one of the ones, and this people are not going to agree with me because it's a favorite, right? The All Systems Red, the Murderbot one.
I don't think I've read that.
It's Anne Leckie. Oh, it's super popular. I actually had to buy the books from Amazon because the library didn't have enough for my crew. And everybody wanted to do it. So I did it. And I was like, it took me like, at least a month to read 20 pages. I was like, I was dying.
What was it about?
It's hard for me to say because I was kind of blacking out half the time I was reading it. About a robot. It was sheer boredom. It's like a robot that goes with people, like corporate people on different missions. And then there's some conspiracy, and it's supposed to, I think it used to be a human. So, oh my God, I can't even talk about it. I blocked it out.
That bad.
I even sat in on the whole discussion and listened to it. And
we're gonna have to take you into regression therapy to unlock that part of your mind that remembers what happened when you were looking at it.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
All right, cool. I will steer clear then.
Because something you were saying made me think about like novellas and stuff like that, and it had the robots, and it's like I think it's 12 books in its series too, but they're all super super short. I think. Or maybe that's the shortest one. I don't know.
So one of those situations where it's like, all right, cool. You could give me $20 and get this, or you could give me $20 20 times.
I know. Like that's the truth. That is the truth. But if you like All Systems Red, Murderbot, I think it's a TV show too, and people like that as well. So,
okay.
All right.
Americana agrees with you. He says, "I love All Systems Red. It's right up my alley." Also, what's up, finger fucking Sally? Good for you for being back on the liquor. It's a very diverse crowd here.
Okay.
But
see, yeah, you might like All Systems Red. You might like reading better than I do. I just don't enjoy it anymore.
I mean, sometimes I have problems fitting it in. Like I have to sit down and force myself to like read like a chapter a book a day. Just because like I don't know. I'm in a bunch of shit. I don't have a lot of spare time, and this little spare time I do have is like, all right, this is dedicated wife time. So like I am off from these hours.
Well, Well, that's what I was thinking. I don't like, how can you find time to read when you're creating art, making music, writing books, editing, and doing your audiobooks? I don't do all that, and I don't have time to sit down and read books.
So some of it like is like read, and most of that's my friends that like write stuff who are writing books that I want to read. Like my friends Michelle, Tam, and Damien. And
I got Damien's book on my TBR. I have to
yeah.
read that. Yeah.
But like it's like, well, they don't do audiobooks, so you have to sit down and read it. But then the other stuff is like when I'm doing like art or whatever, like audiobook in the background.
Oh, okay.
Multitasking.
Okay.
Big brain. So
well, that's good.
Yeah, and it's all a balancing act. And then the rest of the time you just pretend like you did, and it's not like anybody's gonna call you out for it because they don't see my fucking Instagram posts anyway. So like, what are they gonna do?
No, I don't do that. When I have to read them, I read them. Like for science fiction book club and stuff, I read everything, even if I blocked it out afterwards. But no. Planet of the Apes sucked too, by the way.
What, with the book or the movie?
The book.
I didn't know. I didn't read the book.
I really hated it.
No.
Yeah.
No. I didn't like Dune.
Oh, I hated Dune. I actually did not finish Dune, but if a friend had written it, I might have tried. But
no, I read it on deployment, so I didn't have anything else to fucking do. So it was like, oh, God. Although after that, I did read a book on. Man, I don't remember what it was called, and I should probably ask ChatGPT to find this fucking book for me because I'd love to read it again. But it was nonfiction, and it was 500 pages on what led us to having 60 minutes in an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like it was like, what? The ancient Sumerians did what? And then the Babylonians did what?
It held your interest. That's good.
Yeah. Well, why did the Romans do that with it? Like.
Well,
but this is 2010. I
would recommend two books I really like. Roadside Picnic. Have you ever read that one?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think it's a video game or a movie or something called Stalker is based on that. Okay. So check out Roadside Picnic. It's by the Strugatsky brothers, Boris and somebody else. That one's really good. I did that one at my book club, and then I also did A Canticle for Leibowitz, which I really liked as well. But I really liked the atmosphere that was created in Roadside Picnic. That was interesting.
Okay, how so?
I hadn't even like conceived of this idea before, and I guess if you're familiar with the video games or the movies that or whatever have come out of this, then maybe it wouldn't be original to you. But for me, it was. And it's it's written by a couple of Russian brothers. I think in the early 70s. I think. Okay. If I got my timelines right. So there's like kind of feels like a cultural kind of difference and a dialogue and a cadence and rhythm. The whole thing is kind of moody and atmospheric, and it moves with a different kind of pacing that I'm used to with the modern books. And I liked the world that was created. It's not one that I'm just like familiar with. Like the aliens came to Earth and they treated it like a roadside pit stop. And when they took back off, they left behind their garbage, the way you do at a picnic site or something like that. And
here's my banana.
Yeah, and then but the areas are now polluted by this extraterrestrial kind of garbage that has different kind of powers and stuff like that. And so they become like cordoned off areas, and the government doesn't let you in there, but they have these people called stalkers, I think it's what, and they go in and they try to get remnants from the aliens and sell it on the black markets and stuff like that. And some of these things have power. And I just thought it was really interesting. The characters weren't familiar. I didn't know what was going to happen during their dialogue. I was like, I couldn't anticipate anything. And that's one of my main problems is I usually kind of figure out a story in advance and I'm like bored the whole time I'm reading it. So this one like really kept me entertained. I didn't know what was going to happen. And the ending was still, I was like, wow, that was really weird. So, that was one of the ones.
I mean, that does sound interesting though. That is an interesting premise. I mean, like, because there's only like what fucking 20 dramatic fucking stories or dramatic situations, and your job as a writer is to make guy comes to town or guy and girl or kid and dog be more interesting than fucking that. So
yeah, I thought it was interesting.
No. I haven't heard that idea before.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's more than one, a person comes back from the future to stop problem. And that could be like, I got to go back to the Old West and stop this guy from my old scientist buddy from getting killed by, Libyan terrorists, or I got to go back in time and kill Sarah Connor, or XYZ fucking whatever. But like, yeah.
So if I was going to recommend a book, it would be that one.
Well,
and
I got it.
Maybe a Canticle for Leibowitz if you're into it. It's good.
Well, I got them both written down, so
okay.
We're good on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we're coming up on the end of the hour, and Jennifer Cyphers, I would like to thank you very, very much for coming in and hanging out and voicing Margaret Vickers for us, and then also for writing your little novella. Seriously, people at home, like, you can read these in like an hour. It's I did enjoy the Cosmos in her hand, though.
Well, thank you for having me. This was fun. It's the first time I've ever done this. People keep asking me, but I'm like, no. And then
well, thanks for making an exception.
I made an exception because I voiced Margaret Vickers and I like her, and I wanted to say, so people should check out those audiobooks because they're pretty cool, and I like her character and I like how the story's going.
Well, I'm also trying to bully someone else into like making this like a weekly thing instead of like at the end of audiobooks coming out. So if I can get him to do that, then we'll definitely have you back on again. If not, I'm gonna have to do it solo, in which case I'll just have to do it again at that point. But would you like to tell the people where they can find you if they'd like to?
What, on Instagram? Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
And her name is The Cosmos in Her Hand. I put a link to her Amazon in this.
It's The Cosmos in Her Hand, but I might have to change my handle because I've written other books, because I've written this one too. Okay. My daughter-in-law painted this picture.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Wrap around. So, yeah, that's all I got. And the artwork in the back.
Oh,
by Trip.
Thanks. And Marcon says that.
No, that's what that is.
Yeah. And then Marcon saying that Jennifer, you are a wonderful voice actor. So
thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoyed her. and you're going to enjoy more of her at some point later in the future once I get around to editing the next audiobook.
Oh wait, the TV show Murderbot is woke and cringe. I didn't see it, but I didn't see it. Oh, well. And somebody else recommends Canticle for Leibowitz along with Roadside Picnic.
So now I have to fucking read it. Great. Thanks.
They're very short. They're not long. They're very short.
I'm going to start sending you fucking books for Christmas. Like, I'm going to send you War and Peace. Like, hey, listen, we're going to talk about this on a podcast in a week. Read it.
I'm like,
tomorrow.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all all have a good one.